assessment tool used to calculate the percentage of the body affected by burns. Now, it is very simple, class, no? Just consider that this image, class, the tool we're gonna use, it has both an anterior side and posterior side. Now, class, each division of the body has a certain percentage. For example, the anterior head is worth 4.5%, while the anterior anterior thorax is considered 9%. Now, class, there is also divisions based on the terms. For example, class, when we say forearm, we mean the upper arms. Okay, I mean, when we say forearms, we mean the lower portion of the arms. When we say upper arms, we mean these portions. Okay, for example, class, when we say, for example, class, there's also what we call a division here. When we see our thorax, and this is the abdomen. The both of them are called our trunk. Now, class, let me give you a situation for you to fully appreciate the rule of nines. Okay, let's say, for example, the patient comes in and they have a burned anterior left forearm, and they also have a burned anterior abdomen. And they also have a burned thorax. Now, class, here is how we're gonna compute our rule of nines. So first, we try our anterior left forearm. Since we are only including anterior, we're not gonna include posterior yet. Okay, since anterior, we're not gonna include posterior. Now, since we said it is only the left arm, okay, we're only gonna use this arm. Okay, since we said forearm, class, we're only gonna use this half. Okay, now since 4.5 is the entire arm, we have to divide it into half because we are only gonna be using this half. So this is 2.25. 2.25. Next, we are gonna compute for the anterior abdomen. Now, class, this is the anterior thorax. Okay, we're not gonna include the posterior, This is the anterior thorax. This is the anterior abdomen. As you can see, it is already 9%, so we're just gonna put 9%. Now, class, next is thorax. Now, class, I did not mention if it is either anterior or posterior. So we have to assume that it is both. Since it is both, class, we have to include both the anterior thorax and the posterior thorax. 9 plus 9 is equals to 18. Now, class, we need to add it up now. So 18 plus 2.5 is 2.25 is 20.25 plus 9, it is now 29.25%. So we can say that according to the rule of nines, this body has burned as damaged 29.25% of their body. Another example is this, and I will give you time to pause, and answer for yourself. Okay, so let's say, for example, the anterior head, and then the trunk is burned, and then the inguinal area is burned, and then the left leg is burned. Okay, I will give you time to compute. Pause the video if you want time to compute. Okay, we're back. When we say anterior head, class, we're only gonna include the anterior side, so it is 4.5. 4.5. Okay, next is our trunk. Since the entire trunk, class, is 9, since the entire trunk is the entire, it includes the abdomen, the thorax and the abdomen, we will now need to add 9 plus 9. But since I did not say if it is anterior or posterior, we also have to include the posterior. So it is 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. That makes it 36. 36%. Okay? Next is our inguinal class. Obviously, it is 1%. And lastly, class, is our left leg. Now, class, since I did not mention if it is anterior or posterior, we have to assume that it is the entire left leg that is burned. So this is the left leg, but this is also the left leg. So 9 plus 9 is 18. And then we are gonna add it up. 36 plus 4.5 is 40.5. 1 plus 18 is 19. Now we're gonna add that will make 59.5%. So we can conclude that our body has been, or the body that is given the situation has burned 59.5% of their body. Now that is basically the rule of nines. For you to be better at this, now let me give you a tip. For you to be better at the rule of nines, for you to be better at the rule of nines, no, it's best if you try to look for activities, especially online. No, there's tons of quizzes online that can help you practice your rules of nine. Okay, but anyways, no, let me tell you, I really want you to I want you to memorize especially this table, because I know this will come out in your semi-final exam. Now, if you have any questions, no, you can approach me next meeting if you have any clarifications about the rule of nines especially. But if you do not have the time to approach me, you can approach Miss Ruiz, because she has very good understanding of the rule of nines. Okay.